On today's show,
Mitchell passes on the dunk contest, Dennis no-shows at Mavs practice, and who wants Melo?
Michael Beasley, Iman Shumpert, Patrick Beverley, who will take home worst of the week?
And get that garbage out of here! We're going to count down the top 10 plays from the past 7 days.
It's Friday, January 18th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey. I'm Jay Skeets. Alongside me, as always, we got Tass Mellis, we got the Aussie Lee Ellis, and over yonder, well, some call him Trey Kirby, we just call him the Beard. It's Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey-o! What's up, Beard?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag The Starters, and guys, the Bulls got rocked by the Nuggets last night, and no one took it harder, literally, than head coach Jim Boylan, who got absolutely crushed by the Nuggets' Torrey Craig as Craig jumped for a loose ball on the sideline. That's right, the road dog took a bump. Oh, you didn't know? Don't worry, guys. He's okay. He probably actually liked taking a charge out there with his boys, but it brings us to today's question. What is your favorite coach blooper? There have been a lot. But for me, nothing is better than the time Randy Whitman couldn't figure out which way to hold his clipboard in the last minute of a game, in overtime, in the playoffs. Not one flip, not two flips, not even three flips, because you think he's got it. Nope, remix. Wait, there it is. But we want to hear from you, so let us know on Twitter what's your favorite coach blooper. Send us your best tweets to hashtag The Starters. We'll hear from you later.
All right, on tonight's show, we're going to award the dishonor for worst of the week. We got your best top 10 in sports. We got a very solid play. But let's start with a little Is This News? Trey's rounded up some recent NBA headlines. He's going to pitch them to us like he's Tom Hankey. And we'll debate whether or not they're actually newsworthy.
Our first headline is from the Deseret News. Donovan Mitchell won't defend his NBA slam dunk title. Is this news? Are you sad?
No, I think this is good news.
Why am I sad?
Because you don't like it when a guy doesn't defend his title.
Yeah, no, that's in the three-point contest, there's no real reason, unless you're absolutely injured, to not go in the three-point contest because it's not all that taxing. I actually have no problems with this. He is saying he admitted that a lot of work has to go into planning a dunk contest, and it's a lot of fun, but it takes focus and practice and preparation. And right now, my mind's on helping my team, is what he's saying here. That's fine.
Yeah,
he's
but don't you
basically
want him to
no,
just
because
take
I
a
don't
little
want someone
break?
to go in a dunk contest and half-ass it.
Yeah.
That's the last thing we want. So at least he's like, look, I don't want to do it, and we'll let somebody else, shine a little bit.
He was very, very good last year. He had 4 extremely solid dunks. I wouldn't say he had either of the top dunks of the night. When we ranked them, his top dunk was 3rd on our top 5 list. Cumulatively, he was definitely the best dunker out there. But I think, unlike the three-point contest where you just shoot threes out there, maybe, no, I'm not saying, I'm saying maybe he's maxed out in dunk contest, and he knows it. And he's retiring on top. And I think that's
he did say that he could come in back in the future. He didn't say that's it. I mean, it's maybe unlikely.
He's 21, isn't he? I mean, come on, he can get back in there.
He can, but he gave us 4 good dunks. How many more does he have in the bag? He retired when he knew it, and he's trying to be, again, he could very well be there on Sunday if his team keeps winning, and his team is having a great January. They've got a nice schedule. I think he's being smart about it.
Yeah, but if he's not in it, not in the All-Star game, I mean, I think if you win it, you really, unless you are injured, I think it's almost like you have to go back in it and just to sort of go in it again and try to defend your title, because the fans want to see him. The fans want to see, after what he did last year, it was a really good contest. Go in and see if he can do it again. Back it up like Zach LaVine did a couple of years ago. I think it's, I just feel a little bit like shortchanged that he's just not going to go back in. Look, I respect his decision because he's focusing on his team, but come on. 5 dunks on a Saturday night. He can do it. He throws down 4 dunks in a game.
Well,
pretend it's a game.
He really is focused on the team right now, and he's killing it right now.
Yeah?
Maybe that's a part of it as well. He's averaging 30 points per game here over the last 7 games. He's like, I'm locked in. I can maybe, use a little bit more of the rest too. And that's the thing. He might play in Friday night's Rising Stars game as well. It's a possibility. Maybe he does make the All-Star game. But he's got an open Saturday now, and there is some preparation. You admit that right? That you've got to put into these dunks and practice and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't want to do that because I'm focused right now on the game. I got no problem with him at least admitting it.
I like it. So, we expect something new every single time. And last year when he had 4 of the best dunks of the night, but nothing extraordinary, I think he knows.
He
All
brought
right,
out-
that's enough. He can be the Utah Jazz representative on Sunday. Even though I think Rudy Gobert's probably the MVP of that team, I think the votes will come for him because they keep rising in the standings, and I think they'll be cemented in the playoff once it comes to coaches voting for them.
Okay, well, that's maybe he makes it Sunday. What about this dunk contest? Who are your must-invites? We talked about it in the office. We each picked a guy. Trey, you got John Collins. Lee, Zach LaVine.
Baptizer.
Tass, you've been saying this, and Trey as well. Both of your picks here, with Tass going with Miles Bridges and Trey going with John Collins. You guys said this in the preseason, and I'm sticking with Derek Jones Jr. I wouldn't mind having him back. But why Miles Bridges? Because, again, you've been saying this for a very, very long time. You want him in.
It's in Charlotte.
Yeah.
He's the rook, but he's shown it since preseason that he can throw down. And he's got the public support as well. The players are all tweeting, get this guy in there. He's cool because he can throw it down with either hand.
He's got some power, too.
Very much.
He's got some good hang time as well. He really gets up there and sort of hangs in the air, so that's nice.
You want a guy that's obviously won it.
Yes,
all the time.
and this is the reason here is I like all your picks, but I like having the safety net knowing that you're going to guarantee to get a good dunker in Zach LaVine, because often we see these guys who are rookies or who've got this flash, but they get to the dunk contest and aren't able quite to perform. So you know with Zach LaVine you're going to see some incredible dunks. So I like to have him there. I also like to have a champ who's won it before, because they don't want to go out there and just say, oh, I want someone else to win, I'm happy, like just to watch other guys. You know Zach LaVine wants to go and win it again and really stamp his authority on this contest.
John Collins, is that because he came on the starters and then he'll ultimately win this thing?
Yeah, definitely. He will win the slam dunk contest if he goes on it. That's the starter's bump. He's also got 80 dunks in 26 games, already 13th in the league. Not to mention, he's a teammate of Vince Carter. Who better to get tips from than Vince Carter? You guys are talking about prep work. Maybe talk to the greatest dunk contest participant in history. You want to do a reverse 720? Try it, John Collins. Let's see what you got, buddy.
And I'm going Derek Jones Jr. He was in it in 2017 when he was with the Suns. He's now with the Heat. I like a guy, this is sort of what you're saying, I like a guy that's had a little experience in a dunk contest. I think it helps. He put on a show. I mean, he was just jumping over people, but he had some great dunks. He's got a crazy look to him with the crazy long legs. He obviously can get up there. I think a second time he'd be able to do it. He'd be a little more comfortable, a little more confidence, and I think he could put on a show. But let's hear from you guys. Jump on Twitter, hashtag the starters. Who do you want to see in this thing? It's not going to be Donovan Mitchell, at least this year. All right, next headline, Trey.
Our next headline comes from the Dallas Morning News, and it reads, Dennis Smith Jr. was a no-show at Mavs practice ahead of the team's 2-game road swing. Is this news?
I say no, because we already knew that, he was not going to be going on this road trip. That was reported. So there's nothing really new here to me about this news, this headline. Though I don't know who to believe in this situation anymore. Do I believe that it's Dennis Smith Jr. that's just he's upset and he's sort of pouting in a way and he doesn't want to be around the team and he's asking the Mavs to trade him? Or is it more from the Mavs side of things, like they were trying to shop him and are still trying to shop him? They're just like trying to save face a little bit now by saying, oh no, we want him back. He's a great communicator and all that. I don't know who to believe here, and maybe it's a little bit of both.
It's not newsy, but yeah, they're trying to massage the situation. This guy's a good kid. You want him on your team because he's not coming back to our team. It sure feels that way. And him and Rick Carlisle, head coach Rick Carlisle, just don't see eye to eye for whatever reason. I don't know if Dennis Smith Jr. thinks his role should be bigger because it has diminished from year 1 to year 2 because the Don, Luka Doncic, is playing alongside him. That's the way it's going to work, though. Yeah, but Luka Doncic is the better playmaker. Dennis Smith Jr. is not going to have the ball in his hands as much.
You think his best bet, though, Smith, even if he does want to be traded, which it sort of appears so, is to come back and actually play for the Mavs. That's
show what
fair.
You can do.
Right.
Yeah, and Rick Carlisle said today, like, the door's open, like he's welcome to come back, but he's not going on this trip. So there is a little bit of a mixed message happening there, because you'd think if you are Dennis Smith, you'd want to say, all right, well, I'll take that opportunity and I'll try to play again and try to get out there and show my value. Because if he's not going, then it does look like he is sort of sulking a little bit by staying home. It's a very weird situation because he's only 21, a year and a half into his career, and he's certainly shown some potential there. He's not polished. He needs to work on his game. He needs to work on his decision-making, ball handling and shooting. But 21 years old, 100-odd games into his career, that's just not enough of a sample size for me to really determine what type of player you've got. I think you need to work on him a little bit more. With Doncic coming in there, it's understandable the Mavs are like, he's our guy, that's fine. Then try to find another role first with Dennis Smith Jr. because you don't want to be, you've got plenty of time with Doncic here still to figure out exactly, his timeline. They're not going to win a championship this year or next year, but if you can get a player who can play alongside him, and so far Smith has shown that he hasn't been able to, but maybe in time work on a new routine, work on a new way of trying to get those two to work together, it might grow. So it's a very weird situation. I don't think I don't think Dennis Smith is completely done with the Mavericks.
You think he'll play in a Mavericks
I think he
uniform?
could. I think he could. I just don't think it's like a lock that he's never coming back.
We will see. Trey, our final headline.
Our final headline is from Yahoo Sports, and it's based off a report by The Athletic. Carmelo Anthony has multiple NBA options and is expected to pick one before the trade deadline. Is this news?
Wow.
Take it.
Remember Carmelo?
We have not talked about Melo
in a while.
What do you think?
It's 3 weeks away. For my first question, if he's got a lot of suitors, just pick a team.
Yeah, like, what's
what
he
are we
waiting
waiting?
for?
Yeah, he's been hanging out for a while. And according to the reports, the Lakers are the hottest topic, or the hottest team, the most likely team, I should say. LeBron James being there, his good bud. But I don't think that's going to work.
Well, they need to make a roster
move.
spot.
Yeah, so who would they waive?
Exactly.
It's not Zubats.
No,
After
no.
what you saw from him, not only last night, but in the last couple of games, for sure.
And not to compare, put Melo in the same sentence as Michael Beasley, but Michael Beasley is playing the exact role that Melo would be playing on that team.
Yeah.
He's played 8 straight games, double digits in 4 of those games, about 13 minutes a game. That's Melo's role.
Yeah.
And he's playing it well. And you don't have to bring in another player to figure it out. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I can't see who else they would move on the roster apart from Beasley. But Michael Beasley's kind of making that decision hard for them by playing well and by being a decent guy, a decent teammate on that team. And if you bring in Melo, will Melo be able to accept a role that is 7th, 8th, 9th guy on the roster and only getting a handful of minutes a night? That's the big question, whether or not Melo has used this time away from the Rockets to sort of almost humble himself to say, okay, I'm no longer that guy getting 20 shots a night. I have to accept whatever role is out there for me.
Here's the other thing. He's still on the Rockets roster. You know, he's not free to sign with anyone here. The Rockets are still maybe trying to figure out, can we trade Carmelo Anthony, or do we come to agreement, waive him, have to eat some of his salary, and then he then subsequently signs with another team. He still is on the Rockets, so maybe they're still trying to get anything for him. Now, I don't think there's much out there, a team wanting to give anything back for Melo. They know he's not going to be playing for Houston. Why wouldn't they just wait it out and then hopefully have him come sign it, and all it would take is opening up a roster spot? But yeah, I hope we haven't seen the last of Melo, and I don't think we have. I think he will play this year, but I'm not sure it's the Lakers. Is there another team that comes to mind? The Blazers have been thrown around there.
They could certainly use another option on offense.
Right.
It's just, what does Melo give you back on the defensive end? That's the big question. The Blazers, you can't sign a guy if he can go for 15, 20 points, and then he gets just killed on the defensive
I
end.
thought the Blazers shored up their bench this season.
Yeah.
It's odd. That's
you
an
don't-
odd match to
give me a team.
I don't have one. I literally don't.
Raptors.
Any?
Let's
The
hear from you
Rockets
guys.
need
number one
guys.
team?
The
the
Rockets
Rockets.
need
Yeah,
guys
the
to
Rockets, that's the
play.
most ironic part. They don't even want him to play, and they need anyone right now. All right, when we come back, we're going to hand out the dishonor for Worst of the Week. Got some nominees and a winner.
Back to the show. Time for some recent flubs in the world's best league. It is time for Worst of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst of the week.
Second runner-up, Michael Beasley, for this hilarious moment where he's entering the court with his practice shorts. Those aren't gold. They don't match the uni.
Wow.
He just didn't change his shorts pregame.
All right, see ya.
Gotta go. Gotta fix this.
There we go.
All right, we're good. Surprised someone didn't bring it out. You know, a little bit?
Shorts runner.
Well, yeah, we've got an equipment manager on
Yeah,
the
sure.
sideline. Just bring it out. We'll save 14 seconds.
Guys can now wear whatever color of shoes they want to wear. Why can't they wear whatever color of shorts they want to wear? As long as your jersey's the same.
That's a fair
I think you
point.
should have been allowed in.
That's not right.
Maybe he'll be in the next CBA.
Yeah, exactly.
And that reminded everyone of this great Donyell Marshall moment from a long time ago where he tried to enter. How do you feel about this, Skeets?
Well, this
no
I mean,
jersey.
okay, this is where he's taking off the warm-up and he's accidentally grabbed his jersey with that and then didn't realize it.
LeBron is dying from
Yeah,
this.
LeBron thinks it's the funniest thing he's ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little different,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
But when
pretty
you're
funny.
the old guy on the team, you can sort of wear whatever you want, can't you?
Yeah, he looked like he was playing in the YMCA. Yeah, for sure.
What did you think about the Donyell Marshall bod right there?
It's a dad bod.
Indeed, it was.
I'll show you something bad. This first runner-up, this lane violation fiasco. Watch Andre Iguodala on the bottom of your screen gets called for a lane violation here. Odd? Yeah, it is strange. This is a replay here. Okay, he's called for it. But on the next free throw, watch Juancho Hernan Gomez get in there.
Yeah.
No violation called.
Look at Iggy's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Look at him. Look at him. He was right there. Yeah, strange. call it both ways.
The game was like a blowout at that point, too.
I know.
There's no
Yeah,
point.
don't call it both ways. I
Yeah.
think it's the right move there, actually.
Yeah, it's been a rough week for worst nominees. We had to go back for Danielle Marshall way back.
I understand.
We have to go back.
It gets worse. The winner this week, Shoegate.
What?
What happened in this scenario? Let's evaluate this situation here. Anthony Davis loses a shoe. He decides, I'm still playing. I'm playing with one shoe. He tosses it to his bench.
Okay.
The weird thing is Alvin Gentry tosses it to the Clippers' Patrick Beverly.
Yeah,
For
why?
what reason? I don't know. Maybe he's going into the game, so he's going to give it to Anthony Davis. Then he goes to his bench. It looks like he's taking the shoe. Ian Clark of the Pelicans has to run him
Hey, give me
down.
that shoe back.
A lot of shenanigans here. Give me that shoe back so I can give it to Anthony Davis. The referee calls a technical foul on Patrick Beverly because everyone thinks he's just trying to steal the shoe.
Right.
He gets a T.
And Clark
It's
comes back.
shoegate.
weird.
Yeah.
It is very
So you
strange.
didn't know who to give the actual worst to. Do you give it to?
It's a lot of people. The
Do you
ref-
give it to Gentry for throwing it to Beverly for some reason? Do you
Beverly,
give it to Beverly for going away?
convinced Gentry to give it to him for some reason.
Convinced him? What do
Yeah,
you
he
mean?
did. He did. He said, I'm going to give it to him. He said, I like his shoes. I don't know what he
I'm
said.
checking in right now. I'll just drop it off while
Yeah,
I'm on
that's
my
what I
way.
think he did.
I don't think there's anyone worse you could throw the shoe to than Patrick.
Patrick Beverly is
You know
going to
he's
take
not
it.
gonna- yeah, he's
Noted
gonna do
trickster.
something.
And he got a
Yeah.
tech of it. Very strange. Shoegate
Strange.
there. Let's hear from you guys. Who should have gotten the worst there in Shoegate? Specifically. All right, when we come back, best top 10 in sports. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the starters, where it's time for the best top 10 in sports, the best plays from the past week. Let's start at number 10. That just makes sense. And we start with a game winner. It's Pascal Siakam
Oh, layup.
with the beautiful left-hand layup over the Suns defense. Yeah, we don't include game winners generally, but when it's a buzzer beater, like right at the end, it's going to likely get into the top 10.
At number 9, Eric Gordon returned from injury in this game, out a few weeks, and then gives it to Jared Allen, who's been blocking everybody.
Every time
Sneaky good,
Eric Gordon dunks, yeah, I'm always shocked. I don't know why.
But he's got a couple a year.
Nice dunk from EG. At number 8, a day after coming on the starters, DeAndre Bembry putting on a show down at the Fortress.
Giving Dominique Wilkins flashbacks.
That's right, yeah, the drip god in the throwback unis there for the Hawks. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, he's showing you. That's what I did. I'm sure you noticed it.
At number 7, Andre Drummond just goes through Montrezl Harrell. It's a bit of a thrunk. It's a bit of a get off me.
That's two strong dudes. But Drummond is huge.
He is
Powers
a
through.
big man.
At number 6, Tass wants him in the dunk contest in Charlotte. I have a feeling we're going to see him. Yeah, it's Miles Bridges. Cacking it back, slamming it home. He's done this, 5, 6, 7 times this year already. Got some
power.
Got some flair and power. He could be good in the dunk contest.
This guy's got some sneaky dunks. Victor Oladipo here at number 5.
Yeah.
Quick dunking here on Mario Hezonja.
Yeah, you got to be careful dunking on Hezonja.
Yeah.
You know what happened with Giannis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. At number 4, Jaylen Brown. Sort of dunks around / over a couple Nets players. There's Jared Allen trying to contest.
Tool man again.
At number 3, it's a block party. 3 blocks. Jakob Poeltl, he wasn't just a throw-in. Huge block on Malik Monk. And move those feet.
Yeah.
Good job, Yak. Roll is Royce O'Neal rolling in. Getting stopped by Wendell Carter Jr.
Love a two-hand block.
Two-hander.
Volleyball style.
Watch Marc Gasol. He's going for it. He's going for
Oh,
No.
it. A huge dunk for Marc Gasol.
that would have been massive. I think.
No.
Giannis says no. At number 2, Ersan Ilyasova thinks about taking the charge, steps up. Jermichael Green says, your heels are on the line, bro.
That's all you Sova him.
Poster.
Got propelled up a little bit
Yeah,
there.
I think so.
Staring him down before he even landed.
Flex on him.
And the man who's not entering the dunk contest this season, it's Donovan Mitchell.
Oh my God! Come
50,
on.
50.
Do that in the dunk contest.
Giving it a 50. Just dunk on JaVale
Just
McGee.
get JaVale
Dunk on
McGee
me
out
if
there.
he wants.
Oh, you want to go in the dunk contest?
Sure.
Have guys dunk on you?
Yeah.
All right,
why not?
sign me up for that. I'd watch that all day. There it is. Mitchell coming in at number 1 on the top 10 plays of the week. When we come back, Lily hits us with the very solid play. A little Lakers love.
Oh yeah.
Martin Luther King Day on Monday, so if you like basketball, wow, what a day here. 2 games on NBA TV, Thunder Knicks and Magic Hawks, and then 3 on TNT, Pelicans Grizzlies, Rockets Sixers, Warriors Lakers. So much basketball. Again, that's on Monday. All right, the rich get richer tonight. DeMarcus Cousins returns to NBA action in his first game as a Golden State Warrior, months after the defending champs decided to take a pretty cheap chance on the injured All-Star big man. Now, Warriors coach Steve Kerr says Boogie will start and that he's not on a formal minutes restriction. So very quickly, do you have a prediction for Cousins' debut tonight?
I think
what goes down?
I think he's really ready. He's more ready than guys that have been out a year because he's been practicing a long time. But let's not get too pumped. About 20-ish minutes. I think the best part about his game will be some dishes. A few assists people will be replaying over and over.
I think 11 points. I think the Warriors are going to want to make him feel part of that team, so get him a couple of baskets early on. 6 rebounds, probably about 12 to 15 minutes.
This guy's getting very specific.
Well, you
I like
wanted a
it.
prediction.
What about
Thomas over here?
I've got 22 minutes.
Okay.
11 points.
Yeah.
5 rebounds.
Okay, excellent. Does he get a tech?
Yeah.
No, he's a good.
Of course he
no.
He's not really back until then.
All right, we asked you earlier in the show, what's your favorite coach blooper? Like this classic one from the Wizards head coach, Randy
One
West.
more?
There it is. Got it. So you hit us up on Twitter, #starters. Trey, you got a few of the answers.
Yeah, some good suggestions. Coaches are funny. Nico suggests Tyronn Lue when he realized during a timeout that Trevor Booker doesn't play for the Cavs. Look how surprised he is. Like this from Sacramento as well. Steve Kerr shattering the clipboard with a single bop. But the number one answer, no doubt. Jason Kidd telling his player to spill water all over the court. That was a crazy moment.
That was a thing that happened.
What a
Like
spill.
25 grand or something?
Yeah, it cost them a pretty penny. All right, tonight's pick'em game. It's Nets at Magic on League Pass. Trey and Tass have Orlando. Lee and I have the Nets. Very solid play.
It has to come from the Lakers, who last night the ball was really fizzing around in OKC. Here's one of their most beautiful plays. Ends with KCP, yeah, you know me, in the corner for 3.
Nice.
That's what I call a very solid play.
We got a new Drop podcast up and available to download. We talked about the Lakers, maybe best win of the season without LeBron. We talked about a CJ McCollum for Aaron Gordon trade idea. And Lee explained his NBA pet peeve.
You know when the shot clock is running down and everyone in the whole world who's watching the game knows it?
Yep.
And a guy's got the ball in his hands and he just doesn't even get a shot off. Like, just let go of the ball. I hate that so much. Don't be like, oh, what? That was 24 seconds? I mean, come on, man. We all know. Just shoot the ball. Just shoot it.
Wow, he's angry.
Drives me crazy.
So angry. We got a fan sign, Lee.
Yeah, it's not Master Chiefs. It's Kieran and Ross, who was at the game in London. They said they went and did basketball. Great job. And this is Benjamin and Minnie. We love the Raptors and can't wait to see Kawhi a couple of days ago.
All right, guys. We'll be back on Tuesday. Enjoy the long weekend.